a lot of the serial killers, right? When you listen to the interviews, the podcasts, whatever the talk that cover these things, they never did anything wrong, right? They were wronged, and maybe they were wronged as a youth or as a child, right? In many cases they were, but this then becomes the justification for it. So I can pretty much, I'm not wrong for anything that I do. Everything that I did was justified. This is all a new ethic and a new system based around various forms of socialism, egalitarianism, and equalitarianism. And thus, anything that smacks of hierarchy or authority or better than people being better than other people, it can only come through some sort of criminal theft. In other words, if you are more successful than me, it has to be because society has oppressed me and I have a right then to steal from you. You see, that's the whole of this ideology, right? So what's ironic is that Marxism, socialism, egalitarianism is all based on theft and envy, when supposedly it's supposed to be getting rid of theft and envy. It's all nonsense, total nonsense. But the figure here, Camara, Archbishop Camara, Heldar Camara, is a liberation theologian who would become very influential in South Latin American Jesuit spheres, Roman Catholic spheres, right? And his idea of evangelism is, against like social gospel type stuff, where it's not about repentance and being healed by the cross and resurrection. No. It's take that message of Jesus and interpret it as a world socialist ending to world hunger and world problems, you see. So Christianity is reinterpreted as socialism. Of course, there's nothing about socialism in Jesus's message at all. Nothing to do with Plato's socialism, nothing to do with Marxist socialism. It's a arbitrary made-up Jesus, hippie socialist Jesus. That's nothing like the actual Jesus in the Gospels, but it doesn't really matter because most people don't read the Gospels. They don't actually know what Jesus taught. Most people think Jesus was hippie Jesus, right? Night and day with what Jesus taught, right? In the scriptures, in the church fathers, etc. But the world Jesus, the new Jesus, the affirming LGBTQ plus Jesus, and I'm not being blasphemous, that's literally what we just saw with the Vatican and the James Martin event. That Jesus is the world socialist leader Jesus. And it's exactly what Dostoevsky predicted. I mean, it is so spot on with the Grand Inquisitor chapter, where the Inquisitor is telling Jesus, we don't need you anymore. We will give the people bread. We will give them socialism, universal basic income, all that kind of stuff. And thank you for your message, but we've actually tweaked it and made it better, because we all know that really deep down, Jesus just came to kind of create a hippie, socialist, better world, right? And that is literally what especially the Brazilian Catholic action groups, Heldar Camara, all these different liberation theology people were pushing. And what do you know? Do you remember a document that we just read the other day? Gaudium et Spes? Oh, guess who helped write Gaudium et Spes?